Work is underway to build 145 social housing units in Wellington City. It comes just days after Social Housing Minister Amy Adams announced 330 new homes would be built in Lower Hutt. But as Michael Kropp reports, critics say it's too little too late for the city, which is still nearly 4,000 homes short.
And what we're launching today is a program across 5 sites where Housing New Zealand are going to be building 145 new one-bedroom units.
If all goes to plan, the first of these homes will be ready by this time next year. Amy Adams says the $48.5 million project has been years in the planning, and the one-bedroom units fit the demand in Wellington, which is mostly from single people and couples without children.
These are intensified developments of apartments of one bedrooms for people with quite high needs, and we have a real need for those, and bringing them together in purpose-built facilities where we can provide that wraparound support is really important. And look, my core job is to make sure we have the social housing mix and quantity that we need for our tenants.
The units will be fully insulated, energy efficient and have good access to sunlight. The 20 units at Hanson Street in Mount Cook near the hospital will be designed specifically for people with disabilities. Patrick Doherty, Housing New Zealand's General Manager of Asset Development, says the Hanson Street site will also include a communal space to help build community.
In this particular site, there are people where the accessible housing is required, so clearly there are some mobility issues for the people who are going to occupy it, so having something close on site for them to be able to congregate or just connect with people, because one bedroom units aren't that large, it's quite appropriate to put some space in there.
But Labour has dubbed the announcement a cynical election ploy because the developments had already been announced and one site has been vacant for 5 years. It says while the minister is lauding the 145 new units, in reality they add just 32 more single bedrooms across the city. When the 130-unit Gordon Wilson building, which Housing New Zealand sold in 2015, is included, the city is down nearly 70 units. At the same time, demand continues to rise. The waiting list in the city has grown from 121 people in June 2014 to 200 in March this year. The Deputy Mayor, Paul Eagle, chairs the Housing Task Force and is standing for Labour in Rongotai.
The biggest disappointment has been the length of time it's taken to make these decisions. Some of the sites have sat empty now for quite some years, and the community has been saying to me, look, what's happening? When are they going back in? What are they going to look like? The waiting lists are getting longer, both for the city and I know for the state. So it's important that any new stock gets given a tick, but we need more.
The Wellington City Council provides more than half of all the city's social housing. Mr Eagle says the city is 4,000 homes short and will need another 4,000 social homes built over the next 2 decades. In Wellington for Checkpoint, call Michael Kropp.